I'm excited because today's paint color review is Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue. It's a beautiful paint color. It can make a space feel soothing, calming, and relaxing when paired correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the undertones of Palladian Blue by comparing it with some other contrasting paint colors so that you can see the undertones yourself. And then I'm going to compare it with some other similar paint colors so that you can get a different perspective about this beautiful paint color. And then towards the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a few valuable tips that you should know about Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue. It's important that you understand the undertones of Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue because it's going to play a role on how it could look like in your home. So watch what happens when I compare this with Western Flax by Benjamin Moore, which is considered a yellow. Watch this. When you compare Western Flax with Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue, you're going to instantly see the blue undertones in Palladian Blue. Now watch what happens when I compare this with Benjamin Moore Hell Navy, which is considered a blue. Watch this. When you compare Hell Navy with Palladian Blue, you're going to instantly see the green undertones of Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue. So what you need to know about Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue is that it has blue-green undertones, and that's really important because I'm going to talk about that towards the end of this video. Next, I'm going to compare this paint color with some other similar paint colors so that you can see what makes this paint color so unique. Now watch what happens when I compare Smoky Green by Benjamin Moore, which is considered a blue-green. Watch this. When you compare Smoky Green with Palladian Blue, you're going to notice how Smoky Green is darker than Palladian Blue, and also you're going to notice how Smoky Green is muted in comparison to Palladian Blue, and notice how Palladian Blue is lighter, and notice how the blue-green is a lot more pronounced. Now watch what happens when I compare this with Benjamin Moore Healing a Low, which is considered a blue-green. Watch this. When you compare Healing a Low with Palladian Blue, you're going to notice how Healing a Low is lighter than Palladian Blue. And you're also going to notice how Palladian Blue is not only is it a little bit darker, but again, you're going to notice how that blue-green undertone is a lot more pronounced. Now watch what happens when I compare this with Sherwin-Williams Sea Salt, which is considered a blue-green. Watch this. You're going to notice how Sea Salt is just a little bit lighter than Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue. You're also going to notice that with Sea Salt, the fact that it's just a little bit lighter, sometimes when you have a north-facing room, this is where Sea Salt can look like a blue egg. However, with Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue, it tends to hold itself just a little bit better because it's got a little bit more shade to it. It's got a little bit more depth in comparison to Sherwin-Williams Sea Salt. For those of you that are tired of trying paint sample after paint sample and you just want to get it right and you want to avoid from making a costly mistake, highly recommend you go to my website. Check out my online packages. I can help you with both interior and exterior paint colors. And please read the reviews, see what clients have to say. I would love to help you. Next, I'm going to share with you just a few valuable tips that you should know about Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue. Tip number 1, lighting. Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue does a really good job in both north-facing and south-facing rooms. The key difference is this. If you have a north-facing room or really just any space that doesn't receive a lot of natural lighting, expect it to fluctuate. So it might look a little bit more bluer than you expect it to be. And sometimes you might see a little bit of that green. So just be careful when you're comparing this paint color with what you have in your home. But if you have a south-facing room or just any space that gets a lot of natural lighting, expect it to look like that beautiful blue-green. It's just got a little bit more shade, a little bit more pop in comparison to Sherwin-Williams Sea Salt. Tip number 2, trims. Benjamin Moore Palladian Blue pairs really well with crisp off-whites, such as Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace. You're going to notice when I compare Benjamin Moore Chantilly Lace with Palladian Blue, you're going to see how it's nice and crisp, and it pairs and contrasts really well. But it also pairs really well with creams. For example, when I'm working with a client that has warm fixed elements, notice what happens when I compare this with Sherwin-Williams Dover White. Dover White is a light cream. You have just a touch of warmth without it being overly creamy. It's absolutely beautiful when you pair this correctly. If you found this video helpful, please put a like, let me know. I want to hear from you. And if you want to get the most detailed paint color reviews that you can't find anywhere else online, highly recommend you to subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you here. And for those of you that want to save time and you want to get it right the first time, highly recommend you go to my website. I would love to help you. Until then, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.